Now we've got an issue. When we've done a Cris check, it actually got registered as stolen. So we've got vans here, there and everywhere. Time for a bit of a juggle around, but I'm going to show you some of the new vans, some of the new stock, some of the new Caravans that have just come in, what sort of prices are looking like at the moment, and what I like, what I don't like, and also just a bit of market chit chat. So got quite a few due to go out this weekend. The Eccles X850, which we used that to go away in a while ago, that's supposed to be going out in a while. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. A little pastiche, we're just waiting on part exchange, and I think there might be some finance, so that just confirm that. Really busy. I think the weather, and we sort of said this last year, and we'd sort of been saying it for a while, that the weather makes such a big difference. If we have a nice summer, it just completely changes the market, and that's what we've found. So we'd gone on a big buying spree the other week, and they've started now to come through. This wasn't one of the vans. There was one of these just slightly newer that we were trying to buy, and it actually made too much money. And because we're trying to keep prices sensible now, we're trying to really be as competitive as we can, and that is the big key to the market at the minute, I think, is having the right stock at the right prices, and that will make all the difference. And we've definitely found that we had a really good July. Things picked up tremendously, to be fair, and I think part of it is kids' holidays. The weather made a big difference, to be fair, but things looking an awful lot brighter and better than it was before. So I think this is 2018 17495, so a decent van for decent money. We have got this one at 19,995. I think this was a 2022. So this is one of the ones that we bought that was previously from Broad Lane Leisure that went bust. So this was a special edition. This was actually one of the Broad Lane special editions. The fairways tended to be their special edition. So we've got a fairway there, we've got another fairway there. I think the 480 was also from Broad Lane. That sort of gives it away, doesn't it, the Broad Lane sticker. So little 480, we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. So this, again, the most popular layout for us, and I think that's out there, with the island bed at the back. So again, another really nice van. And then same layout as that one that we've just looked in. These have been, as I say, the most popular vans. Just starting to go back through and clean them, and the bloody roof light at the back has shed a load of muck or dust onto the bed. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but again, another cracking layout. So 2022, 20 grand, 19,995. So we'd sort of said that we were trying to make sure that anything that we bought, it was the right stock at the right money, and we can then sell it at the right money as well. So it's got the Alco ATC, 13-pin electrics, external barbecue point, external 230 socket. So another lovely van. And then to the side we've got the Coachman VIP 575 empty spot. So even though we've just stocked up, I think that's in just for a couple of little jobs. I think there's a blind and a couple of screws loose or something that we need to look at in that, so that's just a warranty one, so that's not coming in for sale. But even though we've just sort of stocked up, we've actually got a few empty spaces. So again, still trying to sort of keep up. As I say, it's picked up and gone busier. So nice Coachman VIP 575 20,995. Again, we got all the Alco ATC, 13-pin electrics, external barbecue point, external 230 volt socket. No motor mover on this one. I think this was 2019. Again, this has got all of your Aldi central heating. Nice. I like the that panoramic window at the front is lovely. Really nice colours and colour schemes throughout in the Coachman. And again, we find that most people, a little bit heavier on the Coachamans, but the build quality we find is just, you sort of pay for it in weight. But again, the Aldi central heating adds a bit more to the weight as well. But an absolutely stunning van again. Nice, big, separate shower and toilet at the back. Really cool, funky sort of splashback. It's like a hotel room, that bathroom. Shame I've not got the lights on. Just trying to figure out. Oh, it's just a thin storage. I was expecting to open that and have a big deep locker, and I was like, well, the back panel's there, so it can't be that deep. Get the Dometic toilet in this one. So slightly different look to your normal Thetford toilets. So some of you might not have actually seen the Dometic toilets very often. So again, a lovely van. Again, I'd sort of said we'd gone through and really picked the vans that sort of, sometimes I get a little bit carried away. It's sort of what I like, but what I think is going to be a good seller, but again needs to be at the right sort of a price. It's always difficult when we're buying used stock in, because it is you'll sort of go through, and especially I think with me, I'll get sort of carried away a little bit of, oh no, I don't personally like that, so I'm not going to buy it. And sometimes I shouldn't do that, but that's sort of what I've tended to do here, is gone through and bought the stuff that I actually like. So another Swift Fairway. So again, this was one of the Broad Lane stock. Full service history. We've got the ATC, we've got a motor mover fitted on this one as well. We've got the external barbecue point, we've got the external locker, and we've got in here a little, I'll grab the keys for that in a minute, a little TV bracket and TV points and stuff, so that you can have a TV on a bracket out into the awning, which is quite funky and cool. Again, another nice, clean, tidy van. And again, the Fairway Platinums, you've got the Aldi central heating in these, so again, a little bit higher spec vans. Very nice. And again, sometimes, so just waffling on here really, but the Fairways, sometimes you would get a Fairway that was a Sprite special edition, and then sometimes you get a Fairway that was a Challenger special edition. And the way to tell is have a look at the hob. So in this one, you'll see that we've got an electric ring and 2 or 3 gas burners. And I'll show you in a minute, when it's a Sprite special edition, what the difference is. Again, we get the proper Swift Connect. What year was this? I think this was 19 again, was it? Yeah, 2019 at 18,495. So again, value for money. That is a cracking price. Last couple of videos that we've sort of done have been about the market and what have you, and the dealers have just got an absolute hammering. Rip off dealers, rip off manufacturers, and I don't know, I try not to take it personally, but you end up inevitably sort of feeling like, actually, like we've tried not to sort of really increase prices and what have you, but it is what it is, I suppose. Nice Conqueror. So a little 2-berth. Now 2-berths had been a little bit slower, but I got carried away with this. I really liked it. I thought that this was an absolute stunning 2-berth layout and a 2-berth nice van for somebody. So as I say, normally 2-berths we've not really been overly keen on buying, but I very much like this. I thought it was a very nice sort of, it suited younger couples, it suited older couples. So again, I just thought it was a nice van. 23,995. It's 2023. So really nice van. Not more that I can sort of see. You've got the Aldi central heating, you've got the Swift Connect. We might do a little separate video on this, to be fair, because I do like this. I do really very much like this. I like the Swift sinks that they've gone for now, and again, same as in that Elegance 845 that we did the video on the other day. That's now back here, and that's going on at 33,995. But yeah, very, very nice van. I think you'll find that this is probably about £3 cheaper than anything else that's out there as well on the market at the minute. Back onto, I said I was going to show you in this little locker. So we've got a little TV bracket, the mains, electric and aerial point. So if you wanted an awning TV, it's all here. So cool little feature on that one, and I say that is the Platinum edition, and it's got the 3 gas rings and 1 electric ring, and then the Sprite version. So if you're sort of looking at a van and with this special editions, you can't really tell sometimes exactly what it was sort of based on. But if you look at the oven, so this has just got 3 gas rings, no electric ring, and that is what they fitted in the Sprite. So this is a Sprite special edition, and again, even some of the Sprite special editions had the Aldi central heating in it. Some years it was available as an upgrade, so you can't really tell off the heating. It's just literally going back off of the oven and looking at that grill there, or the hob. So if it's got 3 gas rings, it's based on a Sprite, and that's how you can normally tell what's what. So at the beginning part of the video, I had mentioned about the one van going out. So we've got vans here, there and everywhere. That is the Swift Elegance 845, and we did the separate video, and that's popping up now. So if you want to see the separate video on sort of me going through that and having a good old look at it and getting it ready to go, that's popping up on the screen a second ago, and you can have a real good look in that. And I say that's 33,995, a really, really nice van. And I've just been away, used it, everything worked nicely, so not bad. And then we're just getting the 850. Now this is supposed to be going out at the weekend. Now we've got an issue. When the part exchange for that one came in, we did our Cris Check, and the customer bought his part exchange, his original van, back in 2019. Now when we've done a Cris Check, it actually got registered as stolen in 2021, but it actually got registered as stolen by a previous owner, if that makes sense. So not even sort of the previous owner from the owner that is just part exchanging it. I hope I'm making a lot of sense there. So it now leaves us in a bit of a funny predicament, because the police have basically turned around and said, no, you need to sort of keep the Caravan. It's still showing up as stolen. It's still registered as stolen. We've still got it as an outstanding issue. So we basically just need to come and collect the Caravan. So we've sort of said, okay, yeah, we'll just go through some of the details with you just to confirm that it is actually the correct details and all the rest of it. Now they've actually got the Caravan registered with the police as a different model. So it's the same Caravan, same make, but the actual model number is different. Now the Cris number relates to the correct model number that is on the Caravan, but the police have got it as a different model number. So we're in a limbo world at the minute. We can't sort of release the part exchange, we can't release the new Caravan, but what's more worrying, obviously it's a nightmare for the current owner of the part exchange, because now they're sort of going, well, is it just an error, or is it actually my Caravan that is now coming up as registered as stolen. So am I going to lose the Caravan? I can't now have my new Caravan that is sort of already there waiting for me. We've got holidays booked, so it's an absolute nightmare. And as I say, it's that worry of sort of, well, sounds like it's a cock up at the police side or the previous owner's side, but how about it isn't? But what is more worrying is that fact that he actually bought the Caravan in 2019 and then it never got registered as stolen until 2021. So even if he'd have done all the Cris checks and everything when he bought it, yeah, it comes back perfectly clear, registered it in his details, and then it shows up then as that it's been stolen 2 years later. So a tricky situation. And what can you do to safeguard yourself on that? There's not really anything that you can do, because when we do the Cris checks, if it comes back as not stolen, then there's not really there's no other checks that can be done. So just a bit of a flaw in the system, and just opens your eyes. It crops up every now and again. We've had a few issues where we've had Caravans that have been notified as stolen when it's been financed. So there's been finance outstanding on the Caravan. The finance company haven't been able to find the Caravan, so then they'll register it as stolen, put a marker on the Caravan, and then obviously still have an outstanding issue. And we've had that quite a lot of times. And then we'll get in touch with the finance company. They'll go, oh yeah, actually it's our fault. We may have removed the finance marker and we didn't remove the stolen marker, or we didn't remove either. So we've had that quite often, and that still happens quite a lot, and that's quite easy to fix. The issue that we've got now here is that we're actually waiting on the police, and I think the police officer that's dealing with it is now on holiday, and leaves us in a bit of a nightmare situation. So I think just always making sure that you've Cris registered your Caravan, Cris checked your Caravan, and then it's worth paying. You have to pay about £15–20 to have the actual document for the Cris notification. So just make sure that you do that. But just a bit of an awkward situation. So that pretty much wraps up this week's video. Hopefully you like some of the new stock that we've got there. I think there's a few more bits that we've got to come through, so we'll have a look at those when they come in. A couple more part exchanges as well to come through, and yeah, hopefully this weather stays as it is and keeps on staying nice. As I said, that makes all the difference on the market, to be fair. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.